today's TMJ4, this is 4-1 Forward.
Well, a lot of women know how important it is to screen for breast cancer and get regular mammograms, but not everyone has access to that kind of care.
According to a regional study, African American women living in 7 Milwaukee zip codes are twice as likely to die from breast cancer than those in surrounding neighborhoods. Earlier this week, the Wisconsin Breast Cancer Task Force announced a campaign called Sister Pact, hoping to get more women to have mammograms.
If our women had the same knowledge and access to resources as other women in our communities, we would find that our mortality rates would be parallel.
This isn't just targeted at women. The city's health department says for every man who's hearing this, pick up the phone and call the most important woman in your life and tell her to get screened.
So Sarah Mroz joins us now from the Wisconsin Breast Cancer Task Force.
And she wants to talk more about the findings in the survey and what identified these 7 hot zip codes in Milwaukee.
Thank you so much for having me. So the Wisconsin Breast Cancer Task Force is hoping to do this breast cancer awareness campaign to really engage with community members and help women take action around their breast health.
How did this all get going? So we're looking at the zip codes here. Why don't we explain those right away?
Absolutely. So we were motivated by a report that came out based on research by Dr. Kirsten Beyer from the Medical College of Wisconsin that looked at breast cancer and colorectal cancer mortality disparities within the context of racial segregation. And what we discovered was that there are these areas that are hotspots of breast cancer mortality, where, as you mentioned, women are dying at nearly twice the rate of women in surrounding areas.
So what is the reason for that?
Well, there are a variety of reasons, but we know that part of it has to do with the fact that women are being diagnosed at a later stage. So we are encouraging women to make a pact, make a commitment to address their breast health. We have put together and built a resource directory so that women can connect with local resources. We know that there are a variety of barriers. Some women may not have insurance, or may be underinsured, or may not realize that they have preventive services covered through the Affordable Care Act. So there are a variety of reasons. Women are busy. They're the center of the family. They're confused. There are very different messages about when and how often women should be screened.
And sometimes overwhelmed.
Absolutely, and also fear. We did a survey of women in our target area before the campaign, and we found that fear is a barrier.
Why?
Well, fear of not only a diagnosis of cancer, but also the pain involved in a mammogram. So we are really hoping that this campaign will get women talking, encouraging each other, and motivated to take action.
So one thing that jumped out at me, I was noticing that African American women are not as likely to get breast cancer as white women, but if diagnosed, are more likely to have a more negative outcome because they're not getting the treatment?
Right, that's correct.
Or late getting to the diagnosis?
It's interesting and it's alarming because the incidence of breast cancer among African American women used to be lower than that of other women, but that trend is changing, and those incidence rates are coming together. However, African American women are still most definitely dying earlier. So we know that it's preventable if treated earlier, or certainly curable, or the...
Sure. How do you plan to get the word out and get people over their fear to go ahead and get that mammogram?
Well, we're hoping to spread the message far and wide, and we're doing a 4-month media campaign. We're starting with radio ads. We're also going to have billboards and bus advertising, print ads, online, and we really hope that women will get talking about breast health and what they can do, and really challenging each other and making this commitment to do something, to take action.
Sarah, tell us how Milwaukee got on the map for this. I mean, is this being done around the country, or is this unique to Milwaukee?
So Sister Pact is a program that started in Memphis. It was initiated by biotech company Genentech. They heard about the breast cancer mortality disparities in Memphis.
And we're showing the website now. This is the place that you can go to get more information. But I didn't want to interrupt you there. It started in Memphis, and then Milwaukee was at it?
Yes, so they had good success in Memphis. They found that women did, in fact, take action. They visited the resource directory and connected with local resources that were available. They made a pact with a friend, and many got screened. So they did find that it was valuable, and they were interested in expanding it. And just at that same time, the Wisconsin Breast Cancer Task Force was looking to address the disparities that we had learned about, and it seemed sort of like a natural fit, but we didn't want to make that assumption. We brought the community together. We did a lot of outreach. We engaged with those already doing great work in the community, in the neighborhoods, and said, this is an opportunity. Does it seem like a good fit for Milwaukee? And one thing that we really liked was that in Memphis they used local women in the campaign, in the ads, and we wanted to do the same. So we did that. We recruited some local women. We took photos. We adapted the messages that were included, and we brought women from the community together to give us their feedback.
That's such a great segue into our next segment, Sarah, because you know what? We're talking about Sister Pact, and Sister Pact is all about commitment to your health. So next, we meet one of the women featured on the Billboard campaign and get her personal story on why she decided to be a part of it.